Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel, and I am finally here with an updated foundation routine. The current foundation that I am using now is the NYX Born to Glow foundation, but before we start there, I'm using the Superfood Glow Moisturizer. I put that on underneath my foundation every time that I use it. As you can see, I dotted on 4 parts of my face and use a brush that I got off Wish and stick that into my face. It definitely helps to bring an extra glow underneath the foundation. Next, I'm going into my NYX Born to Glow foundation, and I am just putting a little bit of that on the back of my hand and taking that flat brush and putting it on my face in different areas. Doing that kind of helps me to not put too much on my face, so I'm able to kind of go ahead and stipple that in and kind of see what I need moving forward. I do go in with a Real Techniques brush, and y'all, when I tell you this is a bomb brush to use for your foundation, I prefer to use a brush when I do my foundation, and as you see that I am doing a stippling or a patting motion and not a smearing, because you don't want to smear the foundation across your face. You want to actually push it into your skin. I generally don't put any on my forehead. I kind of just take whatever is left over and put that onto my forehead. Any that may be left on my skin is where I go back and put that on, and then I kind of take a look into the mirror to see if I need to add any more foundation and any other parts. Now my face is lighter than my neck, so I do bring it down just a hair. So now we're going in with concealer. As you can see, we're using the ColourPop concealer, and I will link the colors down in the description box because I totally have forgotten which ones they are. The way that I have been doing it as of late is I am going in and putting all the concealer in all the places that I like to put it, which is underneath the eye. I do put some around a few points of my mouth, on the bridge of my nose, and on my forehead. And then I also go ahead and use my cream contour in the LA color on my face as well. And pretty much the reason for doing that is because by the time I get that in a good place, my concealer would have kind of dried down just a tad, and then I can go ahead and blend that out without it getting out of hand. Now I wouldn't recommend to do this on foundation that dries really fast. The ColourPop doesn't dry that fast, and so it's still able to move when I go back to it. So I would recommend, if you do this technique, to make sure that you know if the concealer dries fast or not. In the event that it does dry fast on you, you can just spray some setting spray. Well, no, not setting spray. Like a facial mist on it, and it will wet it, and you should be able to move it. Now for the concealer, you're going to want to go back in with that tapping motion again. You can use and this is sped up, so this is not as fast as I'm going by any. So you can use a sponge or a beauty blender, but again, I just really like how seamless the foundation and concealer go when using a brush. This is a little time consuming, so if you're in a rush, you probably should use a beauty blender just to kind of speed it up. Once I get to my forehead, I do kind of bring that all the way across my eyebrows, and I just kind of pat that using kind of the side of the brush down the bridge of my nose. Now we're going to blend out the contour. And what you're going to want to do is, the reason why I use that brush is because it's kind of already slanted, and you're going to want to pat that going upward into the side of your face. And I do know that that does look a little harsh from the side right there, but typically what I do is, once I've has it blended out the way that I want, then I do go back in with my foundation brush that has the rudiments of the foundation on it, and kind of tap that over both the concealer and the contour, and that helps blend out any harsh lines. It kind of gives it a cohesive look. Now I'm not sure if I do go in and show that when I actually set my concealer with my Wet n Wild face powder, but I do that as well, and then wipe that off, and then you'll see what I do next. This brush right here, I'm not exactly sure what brush that is. I think it's in the Orita somebody brush set. You have to be real careful. You want to go in with a small brush when trying to blend out that contour around your nose. Once I'm done with all of that, I do go in with a setting spray. Since my skin is typically dry, I do like to go in with a setting spray that is more hydrating and dewy. The only way I will use a matte is if I'm using a hydrating foundation. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.